It's been enough time. Can we all agree that Crash Bandicoot deserved a spot as DLC in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Like, come on. He got scuffed, and I'm not really quite sure what happened behind the scenes, but this all kind of came back to me because Activision is coming out with another Crash game. You can actually play the pre-order beta or whatever it's called. You have to pre-order the game in order to play the beta, which comes out, I believe, April 20 something, 21st maybe. I'm not quite sure. It's called Crash Team Rumble. Yeah, we have another CTR abbreviation. That's not going to get confusing. Anyway, Crash Team Rumble is an interesting competitive style game meant for like the esports scene. It looks like they're really trying to make this a competitive thing, and you play against other characters, other players. It's PvP. You collect Wumpa Fruit and do platforming, and then also attack each other. And it's kind of confusing. IGN did a whole like reveal in the game, and I believe the Crash Bandicoot YouTube channel also did a quick little like, "Hey, this is how the game works." And I'm just kind of scratching my head because I get why they try to incorporate platforming with Crash Bandicoot, but a platform fighter just makes perfect sense for the character. And if he's not in Smash, there's a whole library of Crash Bandicoot characters in that universe that they could use at their disposal. So what do I mean by Crash being perfect for a platform fighter? Well, for one, his kit and design overall fits with the rest of a platform fighter. Specifically in Smash, a lot of the characters in Smash come from Nintendo games where they're platforming, such as Mario, right? So he just fits in with that. And I think the biggest reason why Activision did not go ahead with a Crash platform fighter is Smash is king. Smash is the top. How many platform fighters out there have succeeded? You have stuff like Nicktoons Brawl and Multiverses, and they are failing. They have already died and fallen to the wayside because they tried to do their own take, do their own spin on the platform fighter, and they failed. It just doesn't match up to Smash's standards. And I think the biggest reason for that is also how the gaming industry model is right now. Nintendo is able to sell a game for $60, $70 wholesale. Boom, that's it. You get it. There's DLC along the way, and that's it. You don't have to purchase anything else. There's not battle passes. There's not this live service element to it, really. I mean, it's a live service up until they're done with the whole game, and then you know what I mean. Whereas, especially with Activision, because that company in itself loves its battle passes, its live services, its money, its microtransactions, as we've seen in multiple games, including Crash Team Racing before they killed the game after a year. This is kind of like the thing, right? Is like, how can you have a platform fighter in the video game space right now that follows a model similar to Fortnite or similar to Apex or these other live service games where you have seasons, where you have content rolling out all the time, where you have battle passes, which I believe this game will have a battle pass. But regardless, it's difficult, right? And Smash is able to do it because of its IP, because of its brand recognition. So I can see why Activision did not want to go this route with a platform fighter and instead do this new spin on like a platform competitive game, PvP. Regardless, Crash should have been in Smash, guys. Like, let's take a step back real quick. I just think, forget the Crash game that's coming out for a second. I think Crash should have taken a spot in Fighter Pass 1 or Fighter Pass 2. And you can go about it different ways, right? You could say, oh, you could get rid of Byleth because we didn't really need another Fire Emblem character. Get rid of Min Min because we didn't really need an ARMS character. It's very irrelevant. Throwing Crash in there. You could go with that argument. You could even say, hey, you could have gotten rid of Hero or Sephiroth or, dare I say it, Sora, because we have so many Square Enix representatives. Who else in the Battle Pass was kind of like flimsy? I'm trying to think on the spot right now, and I can't at this moment. But you could have multiple arguments in different ways on where Crash could have fit and taken over another fighter's, stance. And like I said, I don't know the background information. I didn't do much research on why Crash isn't in, but I have an inkling, a suspicion that Activision just didn't really push for Crash to be in. And if they would have pushed for Crash to be in, I really do think that Sakurai and Nintendo would have been like, yes, please. Because, guys, Crash is one of the most iconic platforming mascots in video game history, right? Like, he is up there with Mario. He is up there with Sonic. I think he's more higher up there than Banjo and Kazooie, quite frankly. So, his overall design, his cartoonish look, his goofy personality, his moveset, it all fits perfectly for a platform fighter, and I'm really upset he didn't get in as DLC for Smash. Even including a goofy Crash Mii Fighter costume would have been better than not getting any Crash representation at all. People could debate the same with Rayman, but once again, I think Crash is one of the titans of the early 90s, home console platformers, so he deserves this kind of, spot. And it just sucks that we're going to be getting a completely different envisioning of a Crash game. I'm very eager to see what this is going to look like. I'm glad that they're experimenting, but because Activision has the rights to Crash, I know that they're going to get their greedy hands into the live service elements of it, and they're really just going to focus on microtransactions and, battle passes. But like I said, they did this with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which is the remake of the Crash Team Racing games for the PlayStation. And that game died after a single year. There was a 1 year of content rollout, and then they were like, oh yeah, we're moving on to Call of Duty or whatever. Now, that's going to be different because Call of Duty is now blah, 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 blah. But still, you get what I'm trying to say, is that a lot of Crash games, they have like a year-long lifespan, and then they die out. So what's the point in having a live service? What's the point of putting in all this effort for battle passes and stuff when you could just do what all these other platform fighters failed to do, and that's try to model Smash Bros. Go ahead, release a game wholesale, $60, $70. There is DLC characters, there is DLC along the way, and then once it's done, it's done. But it's a platform fighter with zany, crazy Crash characters, crazy stages. You could have fun modes. You could have this Wampa collecting mode in the game. So that's another thing, is like, from what they've showed so far, this air quote game, there's only one mode, and it could basically be a mini game, right? So just throw it in as a package with a platform fighter. I think that's what a lot of Crash fans and even Smash fans would like to see. That would be so fun, and have something compete with Smash. Not even really compete, though, because it could be during when Smash is done, right? So Smash isn't coming back for a very long time, so have it roll out now because there's no competition, and all the other, Smash clones are dead in the water. You have great timing in that regard, and then finish it before the next Smash comes out. Let Smash do its thing, maybe bring Crash into the next Smash game, and then do a sequel to the Crash platform fighter that you have. I don't know, I wanted to rant about this because I am a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. I have been since I was a kid, and I'm just really questioning the future of the character, and I just wanted to see justice for him in a fighter in general, and I just don't think we're getting that, and it sucks. It's really unfortunate. And I just hope that Activision, Toys for Bob, whoever's involved with this new Crash Bandicoot game are going to be passionate about it and prove me wrong in what I'm already seeing as flaws. And hopefully in the future we will see Crash join Mario, Sonic, Banjo, Minecraft Steve, and all the other characters in the next Smash Bros. Game. I mean, also, where's Spyro? That could be a whole nother video. Where is Spyro? Where is he? We're going to get a Crash 5 before we get a Spyro 4 at this rate. Anyway, I'm done with this rant. If you liked the video, go ahead and like it. If you stayed for the whole thing, thank you so much for giving me your time of day. I highly appreciate it. Be sure to check out some of my other videos on the channel. I do a wide range of things. And yeah, that's all. Bye.